Hey guys, it's me, Christina, and I have a book review on The Battle of the Labyrinth by Rick Riordan. This is the fourth book in the Percy Jackson series. I finished this yesterday, and I wanted to do a review. If you have not read any of the books, up, like, any of them, don't watch this review, and if you've only read a little of it, don't watch this review because I'm going to spoil you. And I do not want to be yelled at the comments. This book is first, Percy is going to his freshman orientation because his mom's boyfriend, Paul Blofus, got him into the school. And of course with Percy everything goes wrong. First he sees the girl who helped him out in Titan's Curse, Rachel Elizabeth Dare, which I kind of like her as a character. She's really funny, and you can tell she kind of likes Percy, and there's this tension that goes on between Rachel and Annabeth and Percy, and it's just funny. And so drama ensues when there is this demon cheerleader that throws bombs and stuff, and Percy's trying to get out of there, and Rachel helps him, and then he meets Annabeth, and they go back to camp, and then the satyrs are talking to Grover. They're trying to decide if something, it's about his searcher's license so he can find Pan, and they want to revoke it, but they've given him I forget, it was a week or something, and it's impossible, and they have to find the labyrinth so they can find Daedalus, so he can help the camp not die, and there's the whole issue with Kronos, and he's gonna rise, and Annabeth gets her quest, and this is her quest to do it, and it was very interesting. So she brings Percy, Tyson, and Grover, and it goes very interesting, and they see Nico along the way, and Percy keeps getting these iris messages from someone, and he doesn't even know who they're from, but they're always of Nico, and Nico is trying to bring back his sister from the dead, and Nico's kind of gone a little insane. I mean, he is Hades' son, so that kind of explains it. And when they're in the labyrinth, there's all this stuff that happens. They go to this farm where there's red cows, and then they meet some gods through the way, and it just, a lot of things go badly, and Percy cleans a giant farm of horses and that want to eat him, and then he beats one of Poseidon's sons, and he's a child of Poseidon, and he's this guy is killing people and killing creatures, and I'm just this guy is crazy. And then there's Luke there, and Luke needs something. He's he needs to and then they get out of there, and then Percy saves his kid, Ethan Nakamura, who mostly traitors him anyway. The kid is you will regret saving me, and I guess he did. Because and they find Daedalus, but then I'm gonna get back to that. Percy knows there's a way they can find like it, and they use Rachel, and she can see through the mist, and that's gonna help them. And oh yeah, and Tyson and Grover go off on their own because Grover was like so close to finding Pan, so they go and do that on their own, and it was dangerous, but yeah. I really I love this one because there's a lot of action. Like, it was like always something happening, and then Percy keeps getting these dreams. They're either from Daedalus, or it's like about Luke and Kronos, and it's just crazy. And so Rachel helps them, and they find the entryway, and they get to Daedalus's like area, and they had this teacher at school named Quintus, and we were like pretty sure that he was working for Luke, but he wasn't. Quintus is Daedalus, and I was like, what? And he has like this hellhound named Mrs. O'Leary, and Mrs. O'Leary helped Percy, and he wouldn't help them with the camp, and Annabeth was like really mad. She's like, I've always like respected your work with architecture and stuff, and like she said something about, because he's a child of Athena also, and she said something about like the children of Athena must be like something about wise or something, and I thought that was really interesting. Oh, and then there was this scene. Okay, so Percy like explodes this like volcano, I'm pretty sure, and before that, Annabeth kissed him, and I was like, it was so cute. It was like really cute. Like, I love them together. Like, I just want them to be together, but it no words. Anyway, so Rachel like helps them along the way. They get like this limo, and then there's like all this, and then Percy finds this like a body, and like I can't think of the word, and it was he thought it was gonna be Kronos, but it was Luke, and Luke was obviously very dead. And a casket, that was the word. And but then there's like Ethan Nakamura again, and he serves Kronos, and then Luke is not dead anymore, but Kronos took over Luke's body, and I was like, what the heck? And then they have to get, they get back to camp, with like everyone, and like, it's just very confusing. And like their camp is on war, and like the satyrs are angry at, oh yeah, back it up. Gotta back it up because I forgot a really big part. So they find Grover and Tyson, and we find Pan, and he dies anyway, but he gives like Grover like this thing which helps them in this battle at camp, and then they come back and they fight this battle, and Grover screams and scares everyone away, and it was like a sign from Pan, and when he told the satyrs like he's dead, they didn't believe him, and then Dionysus, he's back, and he's like, well, I believe him, and I was just like so shocked because he's like really crazy. And then he brings back like Chris, who went into the labyrinth and went like crazy, and then the whole like summer goes by and Percy goes back home to go and he has his birthday, and Paul Blofeld asks Percy if he can ask his mom to marry him, and I was like, that's so sweet. And then Nico shows up. Oh, and Poseidon showed up. I was like, what the heck? It was like so crazy, and he gave him a sand dollar and you need it. And I really love this book. And Nico shows up and he's like, is that blue birthday cake? And then he says he knows a way they can beat Luke, and I was like, this is gonna be a crazy ride. So I am on the last book, The Last Olympian by Rick Riordan. This is book 5. This is the only book I actually have in hardcover, and I got this super cheap. And I prefer them in paperbacks, but I am on page 7, and I'm super excited to know what happens in this one. I gave this book 4 out of 5 stars. I'll see you guys next time. Happy reading. Bye, guys.